trace of the team. Yes, it's possible Sebastian wandered off on his own, but the FBI reward money concedes the very real possibility of foul play.
If somebody were to have done something and they told somebody something, it may be what it takes for that person to get that off their chest and make the right decision.
And now the TBI references the reward for information leading to Sebastian or to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for his disappearance. Now remember, investigators have never named any suspects. Any evidence?
What's up, Mob Crew? I'm Chris, and today's video is a big one. We're going to be going over the Ring cameras and how they were fried and more information that hasn't been heard before. Plus, we're going to be going over the lights video and the suspicious vehicle and some recent discoveries that we have figured out. So a bunch of stuff in this video coming. So please stay until the end, and thank you so much for watching. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, where we cover true crime, mystery to the missing. As most of you have seen, I have shown how I put all the pieces to the lights video together. But for those who have not, here is a quick look at how it was done. By using some basic math and measurements, I was able to figure out that the lights were coming between the homes off Stafford and Kellen. This was confirmed by multiple sources I have helping me in this case. These same sources have shared with me some more shocking details about the potential abduction of Sebastian Rogers. These sources all confirm that the lights, suspicious car, and actions that night happened sometime between 3 and 3:30 in the morning. So we are going to be breaking down what I was recently told about the suspicious car and what it allegedly did that night. How more than 2 to 3 homes with security cameras had their cameras malfunction, likely that same night, and what we have learned about the suspicious car and much more. So allegedly, this suspicious car drove up Kellen at around 3 a.m. and at some point turned around. Shockingly, there are now reports of up to 2 to 3 homes that had their cameras malfunction by either not recording anything to having their cameras actually fried by something or someone. It just so happens there are devices that can literally jam camera systems and cause them not to record. These are just some of the ways they can do this.
Okay, so the doorbell is now reset. So this is a state that it would be in overnight or when you're waiting for visitors or deliveries, etc. Now, the piece of tech that criminals use to evade these devices is one of these. Now, this is a 5-channel signal jammer, and this will jam everything from GPS that you use for satellite communication to cell phone calls, messages, and anything that uses Wi-Fi or wireless infrastructure. So this won't just jam Ring video doorbells, like I say, it will jam your phone, text messages if you use wireless camera systems, or alarms. So if you use Verisure or Arlo or anything like that, this device renders all of these completely useless. Now, this is still in the same setup as before.
If you noticed what he just said, he mentioned that this jamming device will focus on wireless devices and cameras such as Ring cameras and certain brands of security cameras that run directly off Wi-Fi only. It just so happens that 2 of the 3 known cameras off Kellen had wireless cameras such as Ring Cam and others like it, and they were affected possibly by a device such as the one seen in this video. If that wasn't shocking enough to hear, it just so happens that one of the neighbors affected with a camera malfunction had Brink security systems. Coincidentally, Katie Proudfoot worked for Brinks and was an installation technician. Someone in that field would be very familiar about programming, repairs, and most of all, security cameras, and what ones are wireless and vulnerable to jammers. Now, I want to mention that in no way am I accusing Katie Proudfoot on anything mentioned in this video, but the connection to her line of work and what allegedly happened that night with the cameras seems more than a small coincidence.
Forthcoming with their Ring camera info, and I was trying to determine if any lights were on, what, if anything, they may have caught, but I understand from your previous interviews that nothing of any evidentiary value was caught. And also, in another statement you gave, I understand that the video of the 2 flashlights, and I'm saying that with air quotes, that's not exactly what that was at all. We now don't believe that 2 flashlights were observed around your home. Is that correct?
Yes.
You're very correct.
Okay. Don't believe that 2 flashlights were observed around your home. Is that correct?
Yes.
You're very correct.
Okay.
There was actually a work vehicle in the driveway at the time as well, but it hasn't moved. We can't give out that information because we don't have permission from her work.
I don't understand that. What?
About the make and model of the vehicle.
I have a work van that was also parked in the driveway.
Now, since I have gone over what allegedly happened with the lights that night, we are going to focus on this suspicious vehicle and what we have learned. But I want to mention that the camera that did pick up the suspicious lights and car was a camera system that was hardwired and not like the other cameras in the neighborhood. While doing a control test, I learned this about the car. One of the things I was able to discover was that the suspicious car likely does not have daytime running lights, or if it does, they were turned off that night. Notice that the car is completely dark. Then its headlights and tail lights come on at the same time, whereas my car has my daytime running lights on, and you can see my car. I found a forum where Nissan and other Japanese cars with older models in the 2000 to late 2000 are known not to have daytime running lights. I also did an overlay and had somebody do some measurements on the curb behind where I believe the suspicious car was parked. I learned that the cuts between the curbs are 12 feet apart. By using this measurement, we can estimate that the vehicle from headlight to tail light is likely no more than 14 to 15 feet in length. Remember, multiple sources claim they believe they saw a sedan during the same night Rogers went missing. Here are some makes and models that apply to that size. Have you ever wondered what exactly you are looking at towards the area where the headlights are located? I, along with many others, believed that what was being illuminated in front of the headlights was part of the road. Well, if you guessed like the rest of us, you would be wrong. Thanks to a special viewer who watches the show named Joy, she did a control test with her Nissan Altima, and while watching her video, that's when something appeared to me that I never thought about before.
Park it. Okay, turn them all on. Now back up.
It's during this moment here where the mystery of what we were looking at in the security footage finally came together. It was not the headlights illuminating the ground, but actually the fog, or morning dew as they call it in the South. Notice we don't see anything light up in the back or the front like in this video. And also, notice this part where it's like a shadow. Notice when he backs up the car, we can see the fog do the same thing. I am still working on figuring out what kind of car was seen on camera that night Sebastian Rogers was potentially abducted. Here is a few notes from what I have learned about this car. It is likely a mid-sized sedan in the earlier 2000s. Also, it may have special tail lights like these shown here, where the reverse light is inside the brake light, which makes it appear as exclamation points. A special thanks to everyone sending in tips to try and help me figure out what kind of car this is. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Please smash the like button and subscribe if you're into true crime content. If you would like to support this channel, there is many ways in the description below. Thank you so much for watching.